right, our canine, see, I did it. We were just talking about how I was going to mess it up. Our canine companions can take on many roles in our lives, from cuddly couch nap cohorts to guard dog to service dog. We love them for all they can be, and one Indianapolis business is training our best friends to be such companions for survivors of sexual abuse and sex trafficking.
Naptown Canine began to train dogs for service, but its owner quickly learned she could do more, and the Freedom Canine Project was born. With more on this is owner of Naptown Canine and founder of Freedom Canine Project, Lydia Wood. Welcome, Lydia.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm
thanks
excited.
For being here. Explain how this organization got started. Like, what led you to say, yeah, this is going to be my life now?
Right. Well, I was kind of a baby dog trainer at the time, actually. I was living in Atlanta, and wasn't really a service dog trainer myself, but I was a certified professional at the time, and so I knew about service dogs and came to realize that there weren't any service dog organizations in the country that specialized in training PTSD service dogs for abuse survivors. So it became my task to do that.
A good task for sure, yeah. To do.
Let's address the canine in the room here. Who is this, and where did your passion for dogs come from?
Well, that is an excellent question, because I don't really remember a time not in just like loving dogs. Like I said, was certified as a professional as soon as I could, and so I was training my friends' dogs when I was like 12 and 13, and so I don't really ever remembering a time not being a dog person, I suppose.
And what's his name?
His name is Echo.
Echo.
Yes.
Lydia, explain what a dog like this, a service dog, can do for someone who is suffering from PTSD from sex abuse or sex trafficking, because that's something, as you mentioned, this is the only organization in the country doing it, but there's obviously a need for it as well.
Yes, well, PTSD has lots of different forms. You know, there's a lot of service dog organizations out there that have PTSD service dogs for veterans. We just have a different demographic, and so everything that we do in our organization is built around abuse survivors, and so we choose dogs that are snuggly, for example, because a lot of the trauma often is attachment related, and so we want to have dogs that can help our survivors through that.
Where do these dogs come from typically?
Well, we get them from all over the place, sometimes from rescues and sometimes from breeders, but if you go to the website and you have a dog that you want to submit for training, we take applications there.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
What does it look like for a service dog? Their job, what does that entail maybe?
Well, it really depends on the survivor and what the survivor needs. So we train each dog specifically for one person, but they can really be trained to do anything. They can be trained to interrupt a panic attack, wake you up from a night terror, do deep pressure therapy. That's something where a dog kind of puts dead weight on you, almost like a gravity blanket, and things like that.
How does one know if they may benefit from one of these canines? And then also, what advice can you give the public if you see a training dog in public? I know some, you know, you're not really supposed to touch them without asking, or what is the proper etiquette, if you will?
Sure. Well, if you have something that you want to say, it's always polite to ask the handler first, because you never really know what the dog is like. It may be fine if they can get a little bit snuggles, but sometimes it's not fine. So you always want to make sure that you ask. And then as far as it goes in terms of figuring out if it would be a good fit for you, then I actually recommend talking to your therapist if you have one, and if you have some, just some kind of practitioner that you're working with, they'll often know.
Well, Lydia, great job, great work that you're doing, and we certainly appreciate you bringing Echo and coming to hang out with us for a little bit. Great job.
It's been a pleasure.
For more information, please check out allindiana.tv.